Hello, everyone. A very good evening to all the YouTube viewers of our YouTube channel, Hack the Mountain. I, Shalvi Diwari, your anchor, welcome you once again to our channel. As you know, this is our last workshop as we have our event tomorrow, that is Hack the Mountain Virtual Hackathon on 10th and 11th of October. So today's topic for our workshop is how about emerging skills in voice technology. As you know, voice is building its mode in modern technology in many ways, in which we cannot predict. Starting from the very basic services like Google Assistant, Alexa will work on voice commands. Everything works on voice commands. Eve ever thought how they work on backend side of your phone? I think you have never thought about it. But today, our speaker will make you realize about it, that how voice command will work. And we have amongst us Miss Tanushi Karanwal. She is a program manager at Amazon Alexa Student Influencer Program. She is also skilled in operations, public relations, digital marketing, organizing, management, and different various things. She is a lady with my at Microsoft 0365 statistical data analysis and etc. She has high virtues and really knowledgeable. So I think this session will be a very great session for you all. You can continue, ma'am. I hand over the session to you.
Thank you so much, Shalvi, for such an introduction. I'm really glad to be the part of Hack the Mountains Hackathon. And as you said, that this is the last workshop altogether, I really wish that this 1 hour of your audience on YouTube becomes a worthwhile session for all of us. So before wasting any more time, let me just share my screen if it is possible. Do let me know if it is. Yes, all right. So today, let me just first introduce myself by showing myself to you guys. So my name is Tanushi Karanwal. I am the program manager of Amazon Alexa Student Influencer Program, wherein we organize this entire program for Pan India. Today, as of this time, we have more than 30 plus ASIs in the country. ASI stands for Alexa Student Influencers. These are the students who have been chosen with followed by a very rigorous process, and they are the ones who are the people who go through evangelizing Alexa technologies. I'm not sure if anybody knows about it, but it has been 3 years for Alexa to be in India. 2017, I think that was the time when Alexa technologies, or maybe Alexa skills, Amazon Alexa came to India. A lot has changed in 3 years, and today we are in 2020, and we are significantly sitting here with talking about voice technology. So as I already mentioned you that I have been the program manager, I have been working very closely with student ecosystem for the past year. Being with students, being with the kids of undergraduates and undergraduation and in the engineering field, and me myself also being from the engineering background, I certainly feel that there is a lot of changes that has happened in the last 2 to 3 years altogether. It's not just in the curriculum part of these engineering colleges, but also if we see, a lot of advancements have been done in the curriculum itself. There are new technologies, faculties are learning new technologies, the students are going through, and certainly there is one more technology coming to your doorstep, which is voice technology. That was all about the Alexa Student Influencer Program that I've been running for past 1 year, and recently I've also become the ambassador for Women in Voice India chapter. The reason why I have been into Women in Voice chapter, or maybe have joined this entire organization, because while I was going through, so my journey exactly starts with while I was researching that why there has been a very less number of female developers into the developer ecosystem. Maybe I'm not aware of it, but the more I go deeper into the student ecosystem, I realize that there is something that hinders around, wherein the female participants, the female developers, are hesitant to be participating in any of the events or hackathons, which is not in the case of Hack the Mountains hackathon for sure. So that was my reason for joining Women in Voice, to be able to empower, strengthen, and uplift the female developers of our country. So, starting from small, I hope that we go a long way, and that was all about me and my working till now. Now, when we talk about voice industry, see, as I said, it has been 3 years for Alexa Technologies to be in India, and Alexa Technologies, or Amazon Alexa, has been the one of the prominent companies that has, or maybe one of the prominent 500 Fortune companies that has come to India and launched Alexa in India itself, in the country itself. Now, since it has been 3 years, it was not expected to boom in such a way. But right now, if you see the stats, it has grown exponentially, wherein there are a lot of professionals working around voice. There are a lot of students even working around creating Alexa skills, creating actions on Google skills, or creating something or the other voice related. A lot of students have even had their major projects building on voice assistants as well, wherein whatever you say is been done by the assistants. Imagine a world where everything you say what is there in my kitchen, what is there in my fridge, can you play me a song, today I'm not feeling good, what should I do, can you change the light of the color. Everything, every command spoken from your word is done without any touch, without any scroll, without any clicking, and without any touch and tapping, just by your voice. Imagine that kind of world wherein you live, you say, and the things are done. The similar situation is here today with the voice industry, and that is the reason why I say that voice industry is taking shape rapidly in not only the Western market but also in Indian market as well. And when we talk about Western market, we obviously say the US market. Now if you see the stats somewhere around in the internet itself, you will see more than 50% of the grown-ups use smart home devices, use smart home speakers, they use voice assistants, whether you call it as Google Home, whether you call it as Alexa Echo, Amazon Echo, whether you call it as Microsoft Pixie, or you call it as Apple Siri. Everything has been used, and it's not much time left wherein a lot of students. Just a second, I think there is an okay, so there was a little bit of battery issue here. Yes. So I was saying that a lot has been changing when we talk about Western market and Indian market itself. So right now, if you see, we have on Amazon Great Indian Sales starting off, wherein you can see the a lot of new devices which are launched by Alexa are going to be in a very reasonable rates, wherein you can go ahead and purchase it, right? There are a lot of things, there are a lot of devices which have been integrated with Alexa. You talk about IoT, you talk about automobiles, you talk about Android applications, you can say web development, etc. A lot of things are being integrated, a lot of businesses are giving voice to their brands. Now this is why this is the right time wherein you should start evaluating your decisions and start learning, or maybe exploring voice industry and exploring the voice tech. So that is the reason why I say that right now working on the voice industry is the good time for you guys, and especially if not for the fourth year students, because which is very understandable, because fourth year students are somewhat into their placement zone and worried about their placements and jobs and sort of stuff. But for the students of first year, second year, third year, they certainly have a choice, they certainly have options in their hand, and especially for the second year itself, because when you start learning a new technology with interest, mark my words, with interest, it becomes very easy for you to explore more, because you can sit in front of screens and google it and explore more, deep dive into the particular technology and all sort of stuff. So, yeah, so this was all about why now is the right time to be in the voice industry. As I said, that voice usage has increased a lot. In 2016, you can obviously see that Google has revealed 20% of searches on Android, where at the point, where at a single point, the people were searching using their voice. Can you believe that 20% of people are using voice to search? There are a lot of people who are, it becomes very significant and it becomes very easy for anybody, where you call it as people from infants to the age of 10, maybe, or from 11 to 20 age of people, or maybe the grown-ups who are 50 plus. It becomes very easy for them to converse with something which does not make them feel lonely. There was this one story I was going through on LinkedIn, recently came across. It said that Alexa has the oldest friend of one. The person is 103 years old. She said her testimony says that I'm lively right now because of Alexa, because I don't feel lonely. It helps me connect with people without even touching my phone screens, without even doing the hands-on on certain devices. It's just what I say, and she listens and she gets it done. So this is how the things are becoming at ease. And so why not be in such a landscape, or maybe such an area wherein you create something beneficial for students. And just imagine right now in the COVID-19 situations, where everything has changed so drastically, every business has been affected, every student, every faculty, every teacher, students from kindergarten to student from first to 10th class have been affected. Everybody is on their screens. You call it laptop screens, you call it your phone screens, everything. Do you realize how much of an effect it is going to yield after an year? How many people are going to go and see their eye doctors? Do you realize that? No? Yes? Do let me know in the comment section. Because see, right now, the screen time has increased. I never had specs in my life, and right now I'm having specs because of the screen time itself. Now realize, or maybe imagine, the world wherein no screen time is required. You have always seen in in sci-fi movies that we have Jarvis on the screen, and then we ask okay, so that was Iron Man. Okay, so Iron Man talks to Jarvis, and then he says that do this, do that, and Jarvis do all the calculations and searches, and everything is done in like quick seconds. Realizing that now, that kind of Jarvis, that kind of technology is not far away. It's in your hands, it's in front of you, it's just in front of your side. It's you have to realize it. Now what? You have been now that you have realized that there is something, the voice technology is shaping up the world. I've also mentioned that a lot of western markets has been shaping, or maybe using the Alexa home devices. Now you see that there are certain things. Just a second, I need to Yep, all right. There was a little bit of technical issue. Yes. So, right now that you can see, now is the time to jump into the voice technology. Now, how would you be able to go into that? Ever thought about it? If you have any answers, do let me know in the comment section. And because it is going to be very interactive, I would really like to have some questions from you as well. All right. Now that you know that voice industry is shaping, now that you know that it's going to take not more than 1 year to be into the mainstream of Indian technological market, what are you supposed to do? What are you as a student, or maybe as a pass out, engineering pass out, or maybe as a professional? What are you supposed to do? Right? Go ahead, and start exploring the technology. I will be sharing a lot of maybe two three technologies in the end of this presentation, but meanwhile we can think about what exactly is the reason why voice industry is shaping up so rapidly, is taking this kind of is taking over the mainstream of technology in Indian market. The main driver here, you can say, that the customer behavior or the user demands are being changed. A lot of users, you call it as see, as I said, that screen time is increasing. A lot of students, a lot of parents are concerned about their their children, that their screen time is increasing. Little kids of maybe 1 to 10-year old are getting spectacles, are having eyesight problems. You think about some teenagers who are always on the social media, on their phones, scrolling up and tapping, and using Instagram and all sort of things. So in this way, when a lot of these things have already become mundane, have already become very normal, it becomes very challenging for some of the businesses to cope up with all these kind of demands. And that is why voice has now come up with a lot of new opportunities to serve to the new customer base. As you can see, that there has been an increased overall awareness and a higher level of comfort demonstrated within the millennial consumers because of voice. In this ever evolving digital world where speed, efficiency, and convenience are constantly being optimized, these are the times when you have to step up and take up the challenge and start learning with the new technology. Now, as I mentioned, that there are a lot of things, a lot of options in your hand right now. Um, Obviously you will always obviously think about, if we go about with this technology, since this technology is very new and niche market is there, would it be sensible to go about it? Would it be sensible to start learning about it, or maybe take it as a career option, or maybe pursue this for a long time thing? See, when the technologies are changing so fast, when new technologies are coming up so rapidly, it is you who has to be adaptable to a lot of new things, because it's not just the technologies, but the demands are changing. As I said, the consumer behavior is changing. We are constantly manipulating, constantly observing the data all around ourselves. When we have a lot of data in our hands, we tend to make the decisions altogether with us, to be able to deliver the right solutions to the customers. And this is the time wherein you need to step up to take certain career options. For example, in voice industry, we have conversation designers, we have VUI and VUX designers. There are certain other options like Alexa skill developers. A lot of them are Alexa skill developers right now. We have certain startups coming up with voice technology base as well. There are a lot of conversational architect as well. Different kinds of career options are available, and by the time you pass out from the engineering college, I'm sure there will be a lot of a plethora of jobs in front of your hand already. So, talking about the other side of the coin, which is the technology, which I feel I've already mentioned, that when technology is shaping up, when there is a lot of screen time which has been taken up, and for example, Android, we have web development, we have VR and AR VR technology coming up. We have IoT as well. Different technologies are there, but certainly at this point in time, when we say the comparative or the comparison with the voice industry or maybe the voice technology, is that again everything can be done with one command of your voice. So that is the reason why I feel that voice is the helping hand, wherein you can, go ahead and explore more. Think about those people who are blind, or maybe who don't have hands, or maybe have some disabilities, right? Think about creating an application, for a voice application for those people, which does not make them feel lonely, which does not make them feel lethargic or something, because they are not able to use the technology. But certainly we have come up with this one voice application for them, wherein they can talk to that particular assistant. You call it Alexa, you call it Google, okay Google, you call it Bixby or Siri. So these kind of use cases at these point in times, I really feel that these kind of mindset is something that we can look upon. Now, I think that I see a lot of questions. We'll take a moment here to answer the questions that I have, and majorly I feel that these are about Alexa. Okay, what all things we can make with Alexa? We'll take a moment here for the questions, and then we'll go ahead with the remaining slides. We have enough time right now. Yes. Okay, so the first question is from Web. Okay, what is the process for getting selected as an ASI? All right. Okay, so okay, let's get started from the start. So what happens is, before getting into the application, before even filling up the application form, there is one requirement of making Alexa skill, wherein the quantity is two. You have to first create two Alexa skills and publish those. Now, what are Alexa skills? Alexa skills are similar to the applications that we have, or maybe apps that we have in Android phone. Like for example, there is one skill which helps me set reminder. So I say, Alexa, set me a reminder for 6 p.m. in the evening. This is one skill. Another skill can be, Alexa, play quiz up game, or maybe open quiz up game. Okay. Another can be, Alexa, tell me a fact about Dragon Ball Z. This is one skill. Then a lot of these, I think you got the idea what Alexa skills are. So it is required to publish two skills before the application process. So the application form is always there. You go to Google, search Alexa student influencer. You land on the first heading, or maybe the first search is there. Just click on that. Scroll down the web page. You will see the form. Now, once you have created the skills, now you'll ask that how do I create a skill? So there is a tutorial again on the same web page itself. It's called as Alexa Cakewalk Tutorial. Just go step by step, learn how to create a skill and get two skills published for yourself. Once you have created all those two skills, you go to the application form, fill out your details, enter the vendor IDs of the published skills, and there you go. Once you have submitted the application form, based on the quality of your skills that you have created, you are then shortlisted. A lot of see every time we get almost 1,500 of applications for every batch, and out of that a lot of screening process is done, and at the end we come up with 50 students. Those 50 students are then again shortlisted, and out of that, 20 to 30 are given the chance to get interviewed. Technical rounds are there, two technical rounds, and one HR round is there. And the HR round is only for the ones who are selected. So sometimes there are 20, sometimes there are 10. So till now we have had three batches for ASI 1 batch was of 10 students, ASI 2 batch was also of 10 students, but in ASI third batch we had 14 students, yes. So this is the entire process of ASI, and the cherry on cake thing about being selected as ASI is that you get to visit Amazon office once you are onboarded. For the onboarding session of ASI program. So that's the one another thing of becoming an ASI. So I think that I've answered your question, Vaibhav, for the entire process. Can we have another question, please? Is voice technology compatible with all domains of tech like web and AI? Yes, yes, Anmol. I'm not sure about with actions on Google, but I'm really definitely sure with Alexa. Alexa can be integrated with IoT. There were students in lovely professional university who have integrated Alexa and have made an automobile out of it. Alexa, it's called as Alexa Go Kart. Yeah. So Alexa can be integrated with IoT as well. It can be integrated with Android also. A lot of businesses are integrating it with web applications. Everything, every technology you talk about, it can be integrated with it. Yep. I hope that answers your question, Anmol. Next question, please. Okay. What all things we can make with Alexa? Okay. Uh, Things that you can imagine, of course. See, as very rightly Mr. Walt Disney said, that if you can imagine, if you can dream it, you can create it, right? So, see, it's up to the imagination that we can think of, right? As I mentioned, one thing that you can create an application for blind people. You can create different games. You can create different fact skills. I'm talking only about Alexa and voice flow, and I think in actions on Google also it is very much possible, because in actions on Google it supports you quite very well, just like Alexa. So yeah, so with Alexa, you can, as I mentioned, that you can create, you can integrate it with IoT. You can have smart home appliances working with Alexa. You can have a watch working with Alexa. You can have your spectacles also working with Alexa. So there are different devices that Amazon has launched because it was, very easy to integrate with different devices, electronics. Talking about more skills, you can definitely explore the different industries, wherein it can be skincare industry, wherein it can be psychological industry, or songs, or Bollywood, or Hollywood movies, anything. See, it's just like that. When you enter into your final year and you are asked that what is the major project that you're trying to build, or then you search for different ideas. It's similar to that. So you can create anything, except the only thing that the only requirement, I mean, is that you know the technology very well. I hope that answers your question, Vaibhav. I think there is one last question that we have. Hi. Hey, Shantam. Hi. You can make a lot of things with the help of Alexa. Yes. So, Shantam is one of the ASIs. Thank you, Shantam, for joining me here. So yes, so these are the lot of questions. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comment section. I'll be happy to help. Meanwhile, let's move ahead. Yo, what does diversity play? Excuse me. Okay, so since I am from the Women in Voice India chapter, I would really like to talk about diversity in voice, or maybe let's talk about in general, wherein diversity and inclusion, or the underrepresented people of society coming together with the development area. So I really feel that when there is, see, in India, I don't know about other companies, but when I was working, I have been working with students for quite a long time, and I've noticed that there are a lot of female developers who are hesitant to come forward and participate on their own. There might be a lot of girl students who are taking initiative, but there are again a majority of portion which feel very less competitive, very much pressurized, and very much hesitant to come forward and try new technology. It happens in most of the hackathons. I'm not sure, but if you have realized it or not, but in most of the hackathons there is one requirement or instruction that while forming a team, it is important that you have one female in your team at least, right? Let me know if you are aware of this norm or not. So why is this in the society? I really feel that if we are having any of the females in the audience section right now, do come up, please reach out to me. I really have a lot of things to talk about. But when it comes to diversity in voice, it was very shocking for me to see that there are very much professionals, or maybe the people who are working in the industry, people who have taken the maternity leave or are into the technological shift of their careers. They are the ones who have chosen voice as their next career options. So the options that I have mentioned just in my previous slide, the conversationalist, the conversation designers, then bot designers, then a lot of these career options have been chosen by females, women in the industry, and I really feel proud of these women taking up the charge and learning the new technology. So I urge all the new female developers of first year, second year, third year, fourth year of the professional industry, or all those who are working in this particular domain. I really feel that this is a time for us, since it is a new technology, since there is not much of a competition yet. It's your high time to take up this challenge, to take up this technology, learn at max. We have a lot of people, we have a lot of speakers, a lot of industry experts to guide you through, a lot of people who have been experiencing voice technology from the depth. So also for other people who are our allies, who are in support of diversity and who are in support of bringing up the underrepresented people of society, I really feel that we should bind together, we should all come together, join voice revolution, and start taking up this as a challenge and learning new technologies in the coming years. So this was all about the diversity. Now, as I spoke about the females in voice, I would also really like to take a chance to take a moment here to see how the developer mindset is changing or evolving with respect to voice. Because see, what happens is there is a very niche mentality. I don't know if it's majority or it's in minority, but a lot of people think that since this is when a new technology comes in, it takes time for the technology to be adaptable, to be adapted by the developers working in the industry, or maybe by the students who are learning new industry, right? So this is the developer mindset which I have come across. If you have any other opinions, I am ready to I really appreciate that. Please let me know in the comment section. So this is what I feel, and the solution to this is that let's not see it in a U-turn type of a way, but let's see it in a very much of a positive perspective. And as soon as the new technology comes in, let us all dive into it. Like voice has been, it has been, as I mentioned, it has been only 3 years that voice has come across, and this is still a niche market. And if you have any good idea, you can definitely go ahead and start a startup on voice itself. So this is my suggestion for all the new entrepreneurial mindsets that are there in the audience right now. If you have any new idea and you feel that voice can be a big boom with this particular idea, if you go ahead, go right ahead. So this is what I feel about the developer mindset. And now let's moving ahead. We'll have a little bit of question and answer section at the end. So when we talk about voice technology, the three technologies that comes into my mind is Alexa skills, which is Alexa and offered by Amazon Alexa. Then we have actions on Google. Then we have voice flow. We have Rasa also, the new playground for all the new developers. So all these technologies are there in front of you. It's just you who need to grasp it and start learning from it. Now, talking about Alexa, Alexa has a very what you can say, a very easy way to get implemented. It's very easy to implement or create a skill out of Alexa. I'm not sure about actions on Google or any other, but even in voice flow. So in voice flow, it's a drag and drop kind of a thing, wherein you can create skills with just drag and drop technique. It's just that you need to put across the content at the right place and connect it with the right dots. That's all with the voice flow. And with Alexa skills, and so recently we have come up with this one thing, that in Alexa skills store we see that there are a lot of games and fact skills being made, and that is the reason why we have in our program we have a band creating quiz. I mean the game skills and fact skills, because we are now focusing on quality skills, wherein because again the customer demands are increasing, the user demands and the behavior is changing, and accordingly we have to be adaptable. So we are thinking on moving ahead with the quality of skills. So think about, can you imagine right now if there was not me, but there was a voice assistant who was speaking instead of me right this moment in front of you? Right, if I would have just a simple mechanism, I've written all my speech, given it to the voice assistant, given my presentation, and just going ahead it can, just read it out to you in a very natural way. This is one use case. Second use case, I've mentioned you for the blind people. Third use case, for example, you are in a meeting, and you're supposed to have meeting notes or meeting moments after, send across to all these stakeholders that they were there in the meeting, and you think that there should have been a person who has recorded the entire conversation and has given out the meeting notes. How about giving this to a voice assistant? Right, this is one use case. Second use case, oh, I mean, this was the third one, right? Fourth use case, if I can think of, you can go ahead with different different industries also. Now a lot of people come to me and say that, ma'am, we know how to create skills, but we don't know what else to create other than the quiz skill and the fat skill. So the very niche, or maybe the very simple process of getting an idea is, I tell you the secret here. Number one, what are you interested in? It can be anything. For boys, I mean, let's just not discriminate, but let's say there is a person X who is interested in cricket, or maybe is interested in project management, something like that. Okay, or maybe is interested in one of the artists, which is, for example, Post Malone. Okay, now or maybe is a person is a fan of Selena Gomez. Okay, Now you want to create an application or a skill for all the selenators, or maybe for the fan base of Selena, and it has something to do with like create stories about Selena on just saying across or something like that. That can be one thing, right? So okay, so I was on the process of generation of idea. Think about what you are interested in, what you can, sit whole day and explore about. It can be cricket, it can be any other thing, it can be guitar, it can be anything. Okay, now think of what are the areas where where voice can be a good thing, wherein voice can help, can be a helping hand. Think of those areas. So that is the reason why I came up with the idea of meeting notes, because I was the one person who has to send across all the meeting notes to the stakeholders, and that's when I realized that this is a problem. We need to have a voice assistant skill here, giving out the meeting notes. So yes, number one step: see what you are interested in. Second, observe what are the areas which can be of help, wherein you can integrate voice into it. And third, go ahead and build a skill. That's it. Simple process. If you feel that anything needs to be added, do let me know in the comment section. If you feel this is a good approach, let me know that also. Okay, so let's move ahead. And this is the last slide of my presentation today, of my keynote today, is that get started now with interest. Meanwhile, if you have time, when you have time, else will have to start by force, which not always is as you like. So, this is a quote by me. Cheers to me. And yeah, very rightly, I think it is very rightly said that right now is the time. If you don't start right now, then when will you be, right? And if you can start now with interest, it's good. If not, then certain factors are going to influence your decision, and then you will have to do it by force, and you never know if it's going to be good or not. So that was my suggestion for all the audience that we have today. If you have any questions, do let me know. We still have 10 minutes of time. If you want to have any kind of discussion, I'm pretty much there. Okay, so I think there is one question. Yep. Is there any referral procedure for becoming ASI, like previous ASI has any hand? Okay, so there is no referral procedure as such, but what we have done in the previous batches is that there is a time when one batch uh, graduates, right? So recently one batch number one has graduated from the ASI program, and while they were leaving, or maybe while they were giving while we were giving them the farewell, they tend to refer one person from their college itself who has been the most supportive person. So this is the kind of referral that can happen if you have any ASI in your college. It's very much important that you are in the good books of an ASI at that point in time. And secondly, you have extraordinary Alexa building skills, or Alexa skills building skill sets with you, right? Because an ASI again is a very responsible person, and he or she has a very keen eye to judge and refer, and that's the only referral procedure that one can follow. If there is one ASI in your college or campus, you are lucky to be there. But if there is not, then you have to go through a certain procedure, the similar procedure that I have already mentioned. I hope that answers your question. How to make better fact skill, user demanded skills. Okay, so first of all, a fact skill is something that um, really made a fact skill of mine. I yeah. All right. So, APL onto it, maybe for something like that, for something video graphics like what is that one device called as Echo Show? Yes, Amazon Echo Show. Amazon Echo Show is a screen based speaker or device, which if you want to make skill for that, you have to learn APL language. And if you want to have a fact skill of a little bit of good representation on the screen, great Alexa responses can be used there. So certainly these are the things that you can definitely take into consideration while making your fact skills better and better. I hope Vaibhav, that answers your question. Any more questions do we have? Okay, so I think there is this one feedback form which is required. Okay, so meanwhile, there is this feedback form. If you really like this session, or if you have any feedback coming in, please let me know. Please let us know. Every time appreciate it, and welcome any kind of feedbacks if we have. There is this one ideology that I think, and which I follow, and I've made all my ASIs also follow the same, that there is never a failure, but there is always a feedback. So that feedback, even if it's negative, that is something that helps you grow very quick, and even eventually, not just slowly but exponentially. So I hope this entire session gave you a little bit of insights of voice industry, of voice technology, why this is a good time, and why you should go ahead right now and right after this moment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your
Over to you, Shalvi.
such a valuable knowledge and experience for sharing with us and taking time from your busy schedule and spending time for our viewers and YouTube channel. So thank you so much, ma'am. It was really a good experience learning from you such skills and experiences that we have never imagined. So thank you so much for answering our YouTube viewers everything which they wanted to know so they can become a tech geek like you. Having you amongst us is like one of the greatest thing we can. So thank you everyone for watching our workshop. And this was the last workshop. You can just check out our channel if you want to review any workshop again for gaining any skill. And please stay connected, stay tuned, and please keep checking your mails and keep checking our website that is hackthemountain.tech. And do fill the feedback form, otherwise, you won't get a certificate. And meet you tomorrow in the virtual hackathon. Stay tuned and all the best. Torpedo Pillai.